Is that like a hot dog a sandwich situation? I hate the tree people. Tree people and the what do you call it? It's the, like, bat-looking things that turn yellow. And attack you. Hate those things, too. I don't know why there's always 4 of them in that room. If there are any, there's always 4. Should pick that up later, but here we are. What's up, Andy? How are you? Thanks for jumping in. Got some RDR coming up in, probably after this run. If I die here and don't beat the next boss, I'm probably going to switch over to RDR, so. Yeah. Got a key. Let's go figure out what's in that chest over there. Yes, they are. Many comics on my wall. Also, many comics in a closet right there. Oh, man. Let's see. Where are we going? What are we doing? Recently become obsessed with the show Firefly and all the boom. I mean, I've heard of Firefly, and I know that they made comics. I didn't watch that show. I know people fucking love it. And I know the comics people really like because Fox decided to cancel that show very early. I think honestly, if I don't know enough about it to make like a huge decision on it, but I think the reason that it was canceled is because they aired the fucking show out of order. But yeah, because there's only, what, like 9 episodes of that show and then the movie? Or is there a couple of movies now? Really? Well, I mean, I'm a huge dork, dude. I'm streaming fucking video games on the internet right now. So, yeah, I had a bunch of friends that were way into it. My buddy Chris, was super pissed that it ever went off the air. Has watched all the movies, has all the comics, all of the, like, extra shit that's come with it, all the Serenity stuff, like, all of it. And then I think I watched the first episode of it, and it didn't make any sense, and then somebody told me that it doesn't make sense because it was aired out of order. And then they never fix the, like, way that they show it on TV. So people are still like, what the hell is going on? Nice. But yeah, I mean, anything that gets people into comics and sci-fi and shit, I'm super stoked on. Shit. "14 episodes? That's what I thought. Yeah, dude, that's one of those shows, dude. It's like, because, like, early Star Trek, I think, only had, like, it was, what, canceled after, like, 2 seasons? But the people that love it won't let it go, and I feel like Firefly is going to fall into that category for a lot of people for a really long time. Although at the same time, isn't that a Joss Whedon's show? Like, I thought they were canceling Joss Whedon. But yeah, so Boom also does Coheed and Cambria comics. So like the band Coheed, the singer writes comics based on like the albums, and they publish those. So I'm like a big fan of Boom comics. It's kind of a wild story because almost every character ended up they had pushes to bring it back. Yeah, well, I mean, once Nathan Fillion left, he, like, he went and did a whole bunch of shit. And then, wasn't Alan Tudyk in that show, too? And then now, they were gonna do the reboot, but then, one of them's dead, right? Like, one of them died recently? Or not recently, but in the last year or two? I get all this knowledge, like, third hand from fucking comic book stores, so... Or, like, nerd friends that I have. But yeah, that's the tough part, right? Is like, it's one of those things where shows like that become wildly successful later, and then those people, because they were so talented, end up in other shit. Yeah, Book did? Oh, okay. But those people that were on that project are wildly talented, and so because of that, they're like, they have to go work. They can't just sit around and wait for 3 of the 7. Sign your DVD case. Did you get Book? Because that's going to be the big one. Deadpool's GF? You mean what? You mean, she died? Morena, like, Baccarin? She didn't die. Oh, she was... I got you. Okay. I thought you were talking... I was like, I don't think she's dead. Yeah, she was. Yeah, that's the problem, man. They go on, they have a career outside of the show. The show... Like, now, they could probably bring it back, and most of the actors would, like, do it, but... They, you know, they've been off of it for so long. wild, man. It's wild that that show got canceled in the first place. But I guess it makes sense because Fox doesn't know how to deal with sci-fi at all. She only in like one episode? I thought she was like in the cast. The problem now, though, is that there is so much shit to watch that, like, getting back to a show that's, like, older like that is just, like, it's at, like, the bottom of my list. Not because it's a bad show, but, like, they just have, there's so many shows that, like, I want to watch, and there's so much, like, shit to, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to be more eloquent. I don't think I'm being that eloquent, but, like, there's so many like movies and television shows and games and stuff that, like, in order to get to all of them, it would have to be like all you do. Oh, she played a space hooker in the show. It's a little typecasty. All our times have come. Seasons don't fear the reaper. One of the main characters is a space hooker. No, I get it. I didn't watch. The budget Canadian sci-fis? I don't know what that means. Like, I watched all of Orphan Black, if that's what you're talking about. There's just so many shows, dude. Like, fucking Vikings and Valhalla. There's hundreds of... This is new. That was fucking weird. Yeah, there's just so much shit going on. All the time. And there's new shit every week. And, like, I don't know. It's just hard to keep up with all of it. So, at a certain point, you just kind of have to pick what you're going to do, you know? Yeah, we're watching the other one, the, like, Northman. The wife and I are watching that. So, it's pretty cool. Ozark. I haven't watched I haven't seen any Succession. But I watched, and I haven't seen the newest Ozark yet. I watch all the Marvel shit though, like immediately, so that like takes precedent most of the time. And then, what's the other thing? Shit. I actually got a kick out of Ozarks. I need to finish that show. Dude, I know. That's the thing. So, there's so many games that I missed because I was like, fuck it, I'll just play Final Fantasy X again. Like, so I get that totally. I need to figure that shit out too. And there's a bunch of like mid 90s games I never played because I didn't have systems at that point in my life. So there's like a whole generation of games that I just like forgot I didn't play, and not because I didn't want to, but because I just didn't have the system, or I never got around to it. So, like Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of those games where I was like, I'm just not gonna play that. Like, people told me it was great, and so far it is, but people told me it was great, and blah, 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 and I just never got around to it because there's just, you know. But yeah, GTA, what was it, Vice City, I think? Or no, San Andreas we played constantly. God, that takes me back. Old Sony CRTV, plugging in the old PS2. Yeah, so you have like, I have a PS2, but I'll probably end up just, getting most of the games on 5 or 4. I don't know, I might hook up the 2. The thing is, I still think the PlayStation 2 generation, so it was that PlayStation 2, GameCube. Yeah, I need to get one of those too, like a big CRT. Right now, I'm playing on like a 24-inch LCD screen in my. I have a bigger TV. I just, for in here, it makes sense to have a smaller one. But yeah, getting a CRT I need to get for like older games and stuff. Definitely. And I need to get it now before they're all fucking broken. I mean, I can't, like, I remember throwing those fucking things off roofs because they would explode and it was funny. And now I'm like, God damn it, why'd you do that? Yeah, I have, like, the hookups to attach, like, older consoles to newer TVs, but there is something about playing them on, like, the old CRT, like, shitty, bad resolution TVs. Shit. Ah, shit! Right? That's what I'm saying. Alright, I'm switching over for a couple of hours of RDR2. Because I am frustrated. We'll finish up the Returnal playthrough. Top of the line Sony CRT, $80. Wow. We are going to switch